go. What's going on? What's going on? We've made it. We made it. We call golf in partnership. As always, with my guy.
Golf clap, golf clap, golf clap,
With
golf
my
clap.
guy. Miguel, talk to me. How you doing today? Another
Ah,
week of golf. Talk to me, Miguel. How you doing?
golf clap, golf clap, golf clap. We're doing good, man. We're doing good. Obviously, I'm sorry it's not the same setup as normal. Not at the golf course today. As you see in the background, I had to switch it up. Different locations. So, but anywhere we go, we got to do it, man. We got to give the people what they want. So, golf it is, and golf is what we breathe and live.
Oh
What's up,
yeah,
man?
of course. Of course, of course. Hey, Miguel, none of this can be possible as always, right? Before we jump into it, without our
You gotta have.
sponsors, and you
Let's
you gotta have them. We gotta give a big shout out to our sponsors. As always, they're always there with us, always backing us up. And our tech, Jandy is in the back. Jandy,
Papatos Security. Ladies and gentlemen, they have created something unique to share with friends and family. The security box cup or board includes a variety of meats, cheese, foods, olives, nuts, crackers, and sweets. The security is perfect for birthday parties, anniversary, girls' nights, business meetings, and much more. Please contact them through Facebook or Instagram or the webpage, securityltd.com. And remember, se habla español.
and
hey,
remember at the end. And remember at the end there.
se habla español, all right? Hey, before we jump into the players, I'm so excited right now. Before I jump into the players, I'm excited about the players. Hey, remember, if you're in the Killeen, Texas area, if you're in Austin, Dallas, hey, give a shout out to my people in Pepatos. Yandy, I know I'm going to say it. Okay? Everybody be ready. Pepatos Security. Man, it's so hard to say that word, man. It's so hard. You know how many times I tried that word? I tried at least 50 times. At least 50.
It's okay.
50 comfortable.
It's one of those words. Yes.
Yeah, it's a toughie. It's a toughie. But once again, check Pepatos out, top of the block. All right. Once again, Miguel, we back at it. We back at it. We in the green. All right. We out here in the players, Miguel. This player was exciting. That last day was something else. Moving day was okay, right? There was a couple ones that I thought they were going to be there, but they're not. But overall, Miguel, talk to me about what you saw in the players, how it went the whole 9 yards, and did it end how you expected?
Well, first of all, right, I would have let you to put up your drink, right?
Oh,
and
awesome.
Cheers.
Forgot about that.
Yeah. Cheers to that, man.
We're here.
We're here. We making it happen for the people. Cheers.
Hey, gotta do it with the red cup hat.
Well, getting into the players. Wow, what a week! What a tournament! Well, first of all, right? Congratulations, first of all, to the runners-up, because obviously we're going to talk about Scheffler. There's so much to talk about him, but the runners-up did a fantastic job out there that week. The ones that stayed in it on Friday that made the cut, super stressful for the people that didn't make the cut. It was only -1 the cut. A lot of +1, even they didn't make it. So shout out to ones that made it and to the runners, right? The 10 to the shot would have did a playoff with Scheffler, just so everybody can know that.
Yeah, it did. It was indeed. It was great. It was a good matchup. It went all the way to the 18th. It was really, really, really good.
I got some.
Harmon did some good stuff. I thought I was pulling for the lefty, right? And at the end, he had a shot. And what a coincidence that Clark had the same shot in 18. And it lit out to go to a playoff hole. So it was so dramatic. that was so dramatic, man. I'm telling you, man. I was watching it. I couldn't believe it. I was hitting the table. I was mad as hell. I was feeling this pain because I wanted some playoffs. Me as a fan, I wanted extra holes, right? You know what I'm saying? So it was a great thing to watch. The PGA overall hasn't lost no drama or touch, right? With all this stuff that happening with LIV and stuff jumping in, they haven't lost nothing to me, to be honest. I like all the new faces that are coming up, so it's great. And seeing Clark in there, seeing Harmon in there, seeing Scheffler in there too as well. It, it was it was great. It was great overall. What you got, Miguel? You had something?
Yeah, you know what? I just want to get to some, because we're gonna this kid, right? Not that he won. It's the first time they went back to back to players. The golf course was amazing this weekend. It was amazing condition. Like you can even see it on TV, watching it from TV, how beautiful and meticulous this course is, right? It's not an easy course. Everybody that goes there, I'm sure that has the privilege to play that course, is probably one of the most difficult courses you're gonna play. Right? That and then hands down, right? One of the most difficult. You have to put the ball in spots that you have. It's like chess. You have to have that next shot ready to go. If it's not in the fairway, you're penalized. Easy to make bogey, easy to make double bogey in this course. Just a couple of things to point out for Scheffler winning back to back. The only person that done it in history right now to LIV is Scheffler. He went back to back on the players. He won last year. He won this year. Not just back to back on the players. He wins back to back tournaments. He wins the Arnold a week ago. He comes to the players, wins the players. Is this guy is he on fire? Is he on fire? Is this when you make 3 threes and all of a sudden you just throw the ball from half court just to heat check yourself, just to make sure that this is actually that's two tournaments back to back and back to back on year. Not easy to do. It's unreal. The only scoring average. The only player right now. That's why he's number one in the world. As much as everybody's on this live or whoever's on this live, and whenever you see this live, recorded or not, you're gonna say the same thing. Even with this swing that he moves his both feet. I saw him in slow motion on one of on the TVs. He just moved one foot. He moves both of the feet off the ground like a step to the side, and players are looking at it. How is he contact this ball? So good, so smooth, right?
Yeah,
he's number one on score average. Go ahead.
Guaranteed. That was so. It's so much that he did that amazed you to shoot a -8 on the last day.
-8.
So in the last day, whenever the pressure is on, so he shot his first day was a 67, second day a 69. Third day of 68, and the last day he comes from nowhere and ties the course record with a 64. Like 64. You cannot write this up. This is not supposed to happen. First of all, the orthodox swing in the stand. That's the first thing you got to jump on. Like I cannot understand this.
He hits the ball square. No, but it's unbelievable.
Yeah. And then he struggled with the fades whenever he hits his irons. So his fade struggle, man. He did a shot with his fade like nothing. Extremely comfortable. I think it was in 16 coming in. So right before hitting this hole, which is what makes the player special, everybody. This hole that you see in this background, the picture, this is 17. All right. This hole, it starts right across this small lake right here. Or a little pond, whatever you want to call it. So you at the other side, at least, I think it was 24, 25 balls went into the water in this tournament. We talking about pros. We talking about pros.
Yes, yearly that's going into the lake, but they're less and less, but there's a lot going into this lake. This is not an easy hole because there's wind and then there's a turn at the. It's a wind going straight sometimes, and then it turns right when it gets to the end. It's a lot to think about that hole. Oh, and let me give you some scoring average on Scheffler. Just being number one golfer now that we're still on Scheffler, just to get it all in one shot. His scoring average. Guess who's number one? Scheffler with 69. Guess who's birdie average number one? Scheffler. He's number one. He makes Scheffler. Scheffler again with 5 birdies per round minimum. This is a minimum, right? Guess whose scoring average is number one? Take a wild guess.
I would say, yeah, that guy.
Scheffler.
Yeah, that guy.
Scheffler. And driving distance. Cameron Champ and Roy McIlroy averaging 315 and 313. Guess who's first on approach to the green?
It's gotta be Scheffler. It's Scheffler because that's what made him come back. Isn't it? It wasn't his putting. It wasn't his putting. It wasn't that. It was.
This is that guy. This is. That's why that guy's on 2 pictures in the last 2 tournaments. He's on the first page there with 2 trophies. Guess greens on regulation percentage. Guess who's number one? Scheffler. Just in case you didn't miss that. He's 70,
I forgot.
77%.
My boy Scotty, and it's not the one from the Bulls.
This is the guy that's taking off his 2 legs off the ball.
Yep. This is the guy that everybody was counting off, and they were talking about him being off. So he won last week and said, "This is for all my doubters." And then he comes back the following week
and wins
it
again.
I don't know where he comes with a -8, with a 64, and wins it. Like, you cannot. I'm saying it again, but I got to say it. You cannot picture this. Starting the day, he was behind by, I think it was about 4 shots behind, and he came back and took it over.
Probably.
So
I think even more. Yeah.
So So he is. He's taking over the PGA, point blank. But overall, it was a great tournament, like you stated earlier. The greens were great. Everything was picture perfect. I'm my boy Professor X on Xavier Scheffler.
No, shout out to those boys. They needed one more birdie at the final 3 holes. They couldn't be able to get it with that pressure.
Yeah, they did their job. They tried to push it to the limits. Their shot on 17, both of them, Xavier and Clark, about 6 feet. And you know what? Xavier missed that putt, man. So he had a chance to have that birdie on 17, move to 18, which is right across this picture. So whoever is at hole 16, you can see what's going on 17, just like vice versa, right? So every time they was hitting, the people behind that was putting, they were waiting for other people to hit first because the crowd was going so wild that they can mess you up while you putting. So that's how wild that corner right there is. Like 17 is the classic hole, and it's the most difficult hole. It don't matter. So the pin goes all the way around. The flag goes all the way around that little circle towards the end on day 4. It's always by where you see right now where it says the players is by there, like closest to there, like 6 feet from the border, right? Because that's part of it, right? So it is the hardest hole to play right now in the tournament. Literally 25 balls in the water tells you a lot. All right. So with all this being said, and the dominance is got to show off somewhere, right, Miguel? All this dominance from Scheffler, right? By saying this, let's go to what is really, really big and what Scheffler is going for, right? Which is the FedEx Cup. Miguel, talk to me about this standings. If before you go ahead and you kill it, because I know you're about to kill this right here. This top 5. Now you don't see the Frenchman there no more. Pabon is gone. Thank you for coming. Now he's ninth. Now he's ninth. So we got new faces out here. It is so crazy. This up and down is so crazy. You have to be on your game every time you go to the golf course and compete in this tournament. If not, you're gonna be gone. So talk to me about this top 5, Miguel. What you see, and do you think Scheffler is gonna run with it?
You know what? With all the points that he got already right now, remember he gets for every of these bigger events, it's 650 points. If I'm not mistaken, I think the even big ones go to 700 points. Winning these winning any type of champion, right? You're putting yourself in a great position. Winning 5 of these will get you in a great position, worldwide and FedEx points. The people think that, oh no, I gotta win. No, you don't gotta win. You gotta stick around in the top 10 here, right? If you're sticking in the top 10, Mike Pavone. You said Mike Pavone was
making
up,
a move.
but he's in 6. Mike Pavone hasn't gone off the top 10 yet, right? So he's still there. Chris Kirk, he's still there.
He's still
Brian
there.
Harmon, Brian Harmon, 2 tournaments that he ended up on the top on the leaderboards. So that gives you points as well, right? So Scheffler cannot sleep on Wyndham Clark being right next to. He's in 2 tournaments. He's been runner up. He's just 1 stroke behind Scheffler. So eventually, you can't let your guard down, right? Just being a Scheffler, these kids are hungry as well, just like him, right? So we have Wyndham Clark. He's doing really well in the PGA. Hideki Matsuyama. This guy ain't going away. This guy's not going away. He's not going nowhere.
Hey,
day in, day out.
Hanging out like a hair in a biscuit. Just waiting for
waiting
for his chance. Just waiting.
Then you got
by winning that Genesis, it's hard.
For sure. Matsuyama, he's going to be there right behind you, no matter who you are. Xander, the way he played this tournament, this guy's gonna fire up
Professor X.
X. Then we got Theegala, made a good run at it. He didn't finish strong, but he made a good run. All of a sudden, he's gonna get him birdie.
I like Theegala, man. I wish Theegala can get more wins up there. He's up there. He's 5. He's a top 5. He's finishing good in the tournaments, right? But Theegala is one of those that is trying to figure it out as he goes, right? And he's finishing pretty good. He's getting top 10s, right? But the biggest thing with Theegala, I don't know, is almost as the same thing with McIlroy, right? With Rory, that whenever I don't know if they're feeling the pressure, which I doubt it, but every time they got to show up, something happens. Either the second shot is not there. His coming out of the bunker is not like it usually is, right? His putting definitely not there. So they're just trying to connect it, right? Every weekend and every week, how many of us say in the golf course, you know what? I think I figured it out. How many of us say, I think I figured it out? I think I figured this one out. I think this is what it is, right? So definitely Theegala just gotta look out to him. I want him to go.
Nick Taylor.
Man, I want him to go out.
Look at Nick Taylor's 11th. He keeps on popping up here and there. Nick Taylor, he's gonna keep on popping up on these boards. Next thing you know, he's gonna be on the top 10 too. So don't. Scheffler, he got a good big lead. He's on fire right now. But he got to stay like that, or else these other kids can easily just pop a win and keep on popping some wins here.
He better watch out. All I'm saying is he got a good lead, but he better watch out.
2,298 points. Yep. And the next one behind him is 1,000 something points behind, 1,300 points behind almost. So that's a lot. They did a lot of ground to pick up. Scheffler is on fire right now.
Most definitely. Hey, before we keep going on, I want to give a shout out to the Banca de los Mudos. They say, "What's up, Gelo? What's up, Nolo? Keep doing it. Keep doing it. The sky is the limit." And obviously our area code of Fajardo, Puerto Rico, where we're from, 00738. Hey, shout out to you, man. Keep going at it, man. We appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Hey, I want to say hello to Michael Simpkins. That's Simpkins. That's my boy. Simpkins, what's up, man? Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. All right. Thank you. Thank you a lot.
Let me tell you something about that real quick. Whoever calls me Gelo and you Nolo, that gotta be. You already know that gotta be. Oh, he gotta be close.
Us. Yeah,
he knows us. So shout out to you, buddy. Shout out that those 2 names right there. Oof.
Hey, And Miguel, is this next topic that I'm going to bring is what we are about to jump into. Is a new topic, new theme. So
Hold
this
on.
is what we're gonna call it Golf 01. Miguel got to put his glove. Miguel, get him in. Hey, make sure you got your. Hey, do you got your pencil? You got your number 2 pencil in there. All right.
Let me put the
So
glove on. I got the glove on. Let's
so
go.
yeah. Okay. This golf 101. The concept of this, it will be, we're gonna start bringing you something from the game, golf etiquette, right? With that as well. So we're gonna bring today. What we're gonna bring to the table is the scorecards. So Miguel is gonna break down the scorecards to the best of what we have, and if any questions or concerns come, please just write it up. If not, if you are seeing this as a previous recording or whatever, just pop out the question there and we get you. All right. So now we're gonna jump into the scorecard to break it down for you guys to understand how everything is scored. All right. I'm just waiting for my producer in there to get it in.
So yeah, so the golf 101, we took this.
Appreciate it, John.
So thank you, John D, for that. So Nola, what do you see here? Right, obviously you've seen this plenty of times. Doesn't look pretty all the
Yeah.
time, right?
It looks all jacked up at the end of the day.
So
At the end of the
so
day, it's a beer out.
it's just severe. So for this, right, for one-on-one, just is going to be a golf one-on-one is going to be educational, and it's going to be some etiquette. It's going to bring you some rules, some regulations, and just show you about the game of golf, right? Everybody, we can talk about it, but there's people brand new that's going to come in our channel and see what we actually doing right here. Just to break this score. Yeah, our golf junkies, right? And whoever's going to become a junkie, I'm going to break this scorecard down for you. Really simple, okay? Okay, first thing you want to see here is that it has 18 holes, right? If we count all these stripes here, one's 9 and then the other one's another 9, right? It makes 18 holes. Okay? The It says hole on the top, right? And then it says the men's or woman. The number right underneath it is the handicap. What's the normal out of 100 people? A certain handicap, that's the number that it's playing that day. Playing the course in general. So the men have a certain expectation, the women have a certain expectation. So they can, work around that and black, middle, and silver. This on other courses, they're going to be 5. Sometimes it's going to be 4. Those are the tee boxes. Blue being the farthest away. So that's where the champions in a 5 handicap and below play. Or 6, 7, they can play back from there, right? They hit the ball. The middle is a little shorter. This is for amateurs. This is for people that, can hit the ball normally, doesn't spray it that much. This is your tee box. The silver one. On this case, there's only 3. So this is the one, the main person, the beginner, the walking in, just played a round in their life, went to the range. From there up, you should play this. And it's all about the distance.
And big thing, Miguel, before you move from that silver. If you are a beginner, do not jump to your buddies to the middle, to the back. If you're a beginner, start in the silver. All right. That's why it's made for. Start right there. And from that point on, whenever you start hitting the ball a little bit better, right, then you challenge yourself for a middle. Right. So do not just come in brand new and just grab something and just go out there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, Miguel.
What is a tee box?
What is a tee box? This is where you begin the round and the hole, right? So whenever you get to hole 1, you're gonna see like the small circles or squares sometimes, right? And you're gonna see the setup, and then you're gonna go back to your scorecard, and you're gonna see the blue because they're gonna be locked by colors. You will see blue, the white in this case, and the silver. There's some other cases you're gonna see yellow, you're gonna see green. So it all depends. Or you're gonna see black. So all depends. The scorecard will tell you where to start, and it's gonna like a small circle wherever you go. The first hole, the circle is gonna be the tee box there. You're gonna see it right there in blank. The following line
to follow up on that. It's the platform where you're gonna start to hit off from, right? Because when you say, well, you did explain it right. Instead of circle, it's a platform. It's going to be highlighted with these colors, with a piece of rock, with something. Well, you're going to see two of them. Once you see two of them, from that line there, you have to start from the back, and then you hit it. So there's two blue markers on this platform, which represents the blue on the scorecard. There's two white ones a little up front that you're going to see this, right? And some type of stones. And then there's a silver one, and they go by yardage. This means the farther the course is. So the blacks are 3,196 yards. So that's far back. These three are different tee boxes. They're different platforms for different people. Up one go farther, one go closer to the hole. That's what these means. Okay, so Nolo, again, you were saying.
Yeah, well, Miguel is saying right now, if you see at the scorecard and you follow the numbers 1 through 9, you see right where it says out underneath that, that's how much yardage you just got for the first 9. And then if you follow that one all the way from 10 to 18, where it says in, that's the back 9, what is known as back 9. So the front 9 is when you start from 1 to 9, and then back 9 is from 10 to 18. So where you see the in, that's the yardage of the back 9, and then the TOT is total, right? And that's how much yardage you actually play with. All right. Once again, do not start. If you are a starter, do not start on the blue. You're gonna be more frustrated at the end of the day than anything else. So you start in the silver, and whoever you with, you're gonna be all right. Hey, so if you go to the handicap part right underneath the silver, that tells you what holes are playing the most difficult holes, right? So if in this case, if we look at the line that says handicap, right? If you keep looking all the way down and you see 18, 18 is the toughest hole in this card. All right. So, and then the following by that, you go to 10. You see number 2. And so is the concept. So that's telling you which are the hardest holes on this particular course. Okay. Miguel, what else you got for that?
One more thing. On there, right? Obviously, he was right on that handicap line. It's not the higher one is the most difficult one. It's the one lower. So number 1 is going to be the number 1 handicap. That's the hardest hole. And then number 2 is on 10. That's going to be the second hardest. And then 3, 4, 5. And then the 18 is actually the easiest. Not to take off what Nolo said. He probably just got that confused right there. Put it backwards. But it's the hardest hole. It goes from 1 to up. Yep. So the hardest hole on this case is number 18. The number 2 is number 10. That's the hardest hole. The 3 is on the number 3. That's the hardest hole. This is just telling you how hard this is. So when you're a handicap and you take your score and you have a handicap, you're going to look at this, right? And you're going to be like, wow, this is the most difficult hole. We're playing, okay, the second hole is 11. We'll be like, oh, that's a medium hole. It's not that hard. So that's what that means, the handicap. And then obviously, right?
My bad. I said easy.
No. Yeah, no, which is great, which is fine. And then let's go right there to the bottom, right? It says par on the bottom. What does this par mean? What do these numbers mean right here? Okay.
So
if right, no, go ahead and explain.
Before you keep going, so you see those 4 blank spaces right there, right before the par. That's for you to write your name and your partner's name. Okay, there is where you write the names and you keep the scores. All right. So, Miguel, go into the line that says par, right?
I get right into it. Yep. So obviously, just like Noto said, add up to that what Noto said. Underneath the handicap, right? You write your name. You write who is ever in your cart. The other 2 people. There's 4 people. That's how much people can play. Okay, right off the bat, you can't bring 5. You can't bring 6. You can't bring 8 out there and play 8 in one hole. It's not going to happen. That's just not the right etiquette. So that's why there's 4 spots there. Only 4 people can play at once from the first tee box. Then on the par, we're going to that. What does this 5 mean? It says par 5. That is the number that you have attempts to make it in. So if it's a par 5, You make it in 5 shots, you par the hole.
Yep.
I know it sounds
Yeah.
simple, but it's not that. Now that you know it, whoever doesn't know it, when they see this recorded or whatever,
I get 5
obviously,
shots.
right? You get 5 shots to make a par. That's what it's requiring for that hole. The next hole says 4. It requires 4 shots to make a par. So now you get the concept. The next one is a 4. If you make it in 4, you get a par. If you make it in the next one in 4, you get a par. What if you make it in 3? You get a par on the next one, right? Let's say on the first hole, going back to the first hole, you made it in 4. Now you have what's called a birdie. Now it's -1. That's where you want to be. You want to make it in less shots than what this requires. That's why that's being in the negative. You want to be negative, right? If you make it in 6, let's say, oh man, Miguel, I made it in 6. No, I made it in 6. Now you're entering a +1, right? Because it requires 5 to make a par, but you did it over in 1, so it's +1, and that's called a bogey. +2 is called a double bogey. +3 is a triple bogey. Over 4, it's a quadruple bogey, a quintuple bogey, and then from there on, just pick up the ball.
Yeah,
Just pick up
exactly.
the ball and move on to the next hole. Don't hold nobody up if you're just starting. Okay. But
Another
on
thing.
that,
Another thing on that etiquette right now that you spoke right now. If you hit play to a double bogey, don't play more than a double bogey. A double bogey is gonna get you. It's gonna get you up there in the skies whenever you add it up.
and
Play double
no, sir.
bogey and then pick up your ball and keep moving. Because
Just move
golf
on to the
etiquette, man.
next.
I
Yeah.
move on to the next hole. Pick it up because you are holding
Yep.
everybody that's behind you.
And you're not ready, right? You're not ready. Go fix your game. Go get some coaching. Go see your professional, your local professional, or to arrange for a little bit because you don't want to hold up the game of golf, right? They want to go. They practice already.
That's whenever
there's a pace. There's a
that's
pace
whenever
to
it
it.
had the ball from the other guy that is desperate for you to keep moving lands next to you. That's whenever injuries, fights break off, and you go to the bad side of golf without even knowing that you are doing something wrong, right? Because you just started. You're like, no, I want to keep hitting this ball until I make it in. No, just it says 5 there. Go to 7. If you don't hit it on 7, just pick up your ball and go to the other side. Just put yourself
Try the next hole, right?
Thank you for coming. Remember, the best thing of golf is that the next hole you start from 0 back again. You got 4 chances to make the second hole. If you made a 7 on the first hole, so don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. Go ahead, Miguel.
Talking more on this, right? Going down the line, right? Still on the pars, right? Let's say, Miguel, I made everything that it told me to do. I made a 5. I made a 4 when it said 4. So you parred the whole thing, Miguel. That's what you get. At the end, if you add all these up, you get a 36. Right? So you parred the whole course, the whole front 9. That's not easy, first of all. and then second, then you go to the back 9 and you do the same thing. Miguel, I did all pars. Look at it. It said par 4, I did it at 4. Par attempts, I made it in 4 attempts. 4, 3, 3. And you did the whole thing, the whole scorecard. You get another 36 and it adds up to 72. So now you par the whole course. If you get negative on these numbers, you get negative. That's where you want to be, negative of this 72. If you get more, let's say, like I said earlier, the par 5, the par 4, you get a 6, you get a 5, you're +2, so you did 2 over 36, so that'd be a 38. And then you add them both up, then it should be either close to 72 or lower than 72. Higher than 72 is okay. It's all going to depend what's your handicap and what's your level of gameplay. But that's the way the score goes, the scorecard plus or minus. That's how.
Hey, just to think that you see a 72 if you add them, right? And just to think that Scheffler in one of the hardest courses just shot a 64. So just put that on perspective, right? Before I let you keep going, Miguel, let me go ahead and say a shout out to GI. GI is in the house. GI Josh, one of the members of We Call Sports.
Supporting
and We Call Wrestling. Hey, as always, with us. Hey, big shout out. Hey, as always, listen, guys, watch out for what we call wrestling on Fridays. I'm telling you, that man is in there with Hutch X. Go out there getting it in. All right, just make sure of that. All right, go ahead, Miguel. Jump in the next.
No, that boy knows his stuff. I'll tell you that when it comes to wrestling. One more thing on this scorecard, the distance, right? Okay, on all the holes, you can see the distance of the hole right there. On the black, white, and silver, there's some numbers in there, right? So 515 in the middle, 515. So that means that hole is 515 yards. Each hole has this number, so you can plus or minus, play your game to which you shoot half, then go for that. It's just to know that the yard is just there. Not too hard. This is simple stuff, but whoever's just getting themselves in, now they know a little more. That's a one-on-one with golf.
All day, every day. Hey, Miguel, GI has a question for you.
Oh, what is it?
He said,
yeah,
if you don't make it in the fairway the first time, what is it called?
In the fairway, but then he puts LOL. I'm sure he knows what it is.
Yeah.
Un abrazo fuerte para el equipo, for the supporters always, for the rest of the team. If you don't get it in the fairway, that means that you are just bugging up.
Yeah,
try to hit the fairway.
You try to hit the fairway, and if not,
it's called the missed fairway.
Yeah. If not, you're in the first cut. If not, you're shooting in the rough. So if you don't make fairways, you're in the first cut. At least try to be in the first cut. Meaning what is the first cut, right? It's just the grass level, right? The grass cut. Yep. The fairway is, let's just put it flat, right? The fairway is flat, right? So it's flat. You have fairway. First cut is something like this with the grass, that you're not making contact. You hitting the grass before you hit the ball a little bit, right? And then the rough is like you out there, you in the mountains, man. So you scuffling that thing out. So
that's self-explanatory there. Just try to hit the green, hit the short stuff, what they like to say.
Try to hit that. Hey, Miguel, talking about what's coming and what's new. Obvious this weekend, LIV didn't had a tournament going on. Their next tournament is on April 5th. It is gonna be in Miami in Trump National Park, I think it is, or in Doral. But actually, that's that's where Derek was born. So they're gonna have their tournament there. So it's gonna be outstanding, and we gonna take this time, since there was no tournament. We're gonna take this time to kind of break down how LIV is different, right? And we like the format. We reading more and getting into it a little bit more. And let me just jump on to the format. So, and the team's concepts, all right. So right now, what you see right now is the top 4 captains for the top 4 teams right now. All right. Miguel, can you break it down to tell these people how this part is for them?
Yeah. So at the beginning of the season, right, they play some certain tournaments, and I think they make the captains. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, by points and by determination, they pick the teams by points, and whoever's the captain, they pick. So I think who's ever the captain gets to pick their first pick out of the top certain amount of that make the top leaderboard here, right? They pick it at the beginning of the season, and then when it ends the season, I think that they go again, and the captains can pick another team if they want, or pick the same. That's what I've got it in my information. These are they're 4 teams, right? There's 14 teams of 4. The way they play is the first 2 rounds, they take the best score out of 2 players. So 4 of them play. They take the best 2 scores out of all 4. The other 2, they just throw them away. And then the last one, they take out of 3. And then the last one, they throw them away. They add all of them up and determine a winner for that. That's how the point system, at least that goes. Then individually, well, whoever does the lowest score, obviously, like if they played, it's like playing with them and then like versus them, kind of per se, I guess. If to be individually, right, you still got to make. So I'm sure they're thinking in their mind individually, but then they're thinking in their brain, okay, team wise, we can win, which is good. This is how. And then points wise, I still don't know how their point system is going. But it should be good to know that, right? So this is something right there. The individuals in the team, that's what it would look like.
So
That's what I got.
So for the teams there that are first is the Crushers. That's the team with the Chambo. The second team in there is the Torque, where is my boy Neyman, the Chilean. That's my team. By
He's
the
actually
way,
a captain.
Yep, he's actually a captain. He actually, like we previously stated, he has won 2 out of the 4 that are been out there, and also his team is full of nothing but Latino players. He has Sebastian Munoz from Colombia, and he has Mito Pereira from Chile, fellow Chilean, and then Carlos Ortiz from Mexico. So that's the only Latino kind of team that they got in there. Also, the ones that is third is our boy Brooks Koepka, and he's with the champion of last year individual on LIV is Taylor Gosh. So he won a whopping $18 million plus a ring, which is the ring that you see right there. It's the first time that they give that ring, and they're gonna start bringing it out now. Yeah, a 14 karat win. Amigo, look at that. Look at that thing.
I think that's always good. That's something that they can wear and recognize, right? You get this big trophy, you put it in a trophy case, and there it stays. If nobody goes into your house, nobody's seeing this trophy. By the way, that you now having something that they can walk around on the ring that flashes. It's just like the NBA. You see that those players got pictures, they flash that thing out, they go out with it. So I think it's something that they should do on the actually PGA. They should get a trophy and like a ring representing
like a
the
ring
trophy.
Or something. That's a pretty good idea.
Absolutely.
That's really innovative. That's really innovative.
Absolutely.
So the 4th team there is the Legion 13. Is led by John Rahm. Let me relate to John Rahm. All right, I know Miguel is not the biggest fan with John Rahm, but I am, and there was somebody that was asking about John Rahm. So I was a little bit mistaken with him. As you can see in the individuals, he's been getting top up there. So he's like 3rd, 4th. He's been doing it. He just cannot break through right now, as of right now. But he's up there in the leaderboards, right? So watch out for him. He's coming. He's right now 4th on currently on the teams. He was talking about his team. The only person that is really like that we are familiarized with is Hatton. Hatton is with him and his team. So the Englishman. So and he also got Kieran Vincent and then Khalid Sorat. So his team is pretty good. He was talking about his team being a solid striker. Their number one thing is hitting the ball hard, so they can make good contact on it. So that team, he was saying that we're gonna be coming around. It's the newest team, it's the latest team that we have in LIV. So for them already to be 4 tournaments in a top 4, it tells you a lot. They are producing a lot. So shout outs to him. I just wish that he individually can, give me a 1 or 2 in there. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that we're good to go. Miguel, what you think about Neyman in his second, and Neyman leading the way, winning 2 out of 4 tournaments on LIV? What you got for him?
That team is hot. So that team is blazing hot right now. John Rahm, give him a couple more weeks to him to get his swing back, get his all. Remember that Rahm was winning on the tour. He was always on the top 10 leaderboard most of the time. So give him a little bit. This is different format. This is different, vibe. you know, he has to get into all the noise, all the partying, and all the stuff that's going around. Once he, remember, you go
It's
from the
understandable.
PGA to you go to a silent environment to like, let's per se, you know, it's a little more professional because it doesn't have the all the surroundings distracting. So these are two
Yep.
different environments. Think about it. If I go to somewhere quiet that I can hear the birds chirping, to somewhere now I can hear T-Pain in the background and everybody's talking
Yeah,
and
all music going, people just
hey, all the
doing whatever.
music, and like it's kind of easy to slip off on your brain and just like, oh man, I got to win this tournament. So
He's
once
still
he gets into
adjusting.
the groove, he'll be a great. And maybe and all the rest of them, you know, it got to
Yep.
be somewhat tough. But remember, you're feeding your kids, you're getting paid, you're playing what you love to do. So it's just one of those sports.
Oh yeah.
And obviously, there's been talk of LIV and the PGA.
So it's gonna happen,
Time to
guys. It's gonna
time to
happen.
talk. Time to sit down and talk about how we can implement some things with your things and our things to get all of it settled and join forces here, because golf does need a competition, but what it needs is more attention to detail instead of going to fight who's going to be the better league here, right? They can make things happen together. So they're going to be the talks are coming. I think on Monday they're going to be talking.
Yep.
Just introduce yourselves, commissioners with commissioner. You know who's directors. They're going to sit down, put some faces to these people, so these bodies that they know about. But now they're going to sit down, just meet each other, and then go from there and trying to figure something out in between two leagues, how we can produce both of them.
Miguel, before I ask you one question about that same line, I want to put out that the trophy that you see right next to the ring is the trophy that the team that wins gets. And not only they get one trophy, each one of them get one of those trophies. And they all can take, obviously you don't want to take it home, right?
That's pretty cool.
They get, each one of them get a trophy. All right. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to Angel Vasquez, being always with us.
Line, yep.
He's he's the main one that I was giving the information for John Ram. I know that last week we was talking about John Ram, and we was a little bit disappointed, me and him, because I love John Ram. I love me some John Ram, the Spaniard. Hopefully he comes around, Angel. Hopefully he comes around and he starts getting this W's around.
He says he's a great player, but he is definitely a great player.
Hey, Miguel. So with that being said, what kind of proposal you would have for the PGA and LIV to merge? Like, what do you have? Do you want me to give you what I was thinking about earlier? Like, what kind of proposal you will give them? Like, example, I will give you my example. What I will give them, right? First,
yeah, give me yours, and then I'll give give me yours.
All right, mine is first have a LIV team, right? Teams, it could be the top 5, whatever, and get the PGA to get 3, right, and play a team to team concept, just like LIV plays it, 3-on-3, and go out there. Best man wins in a weekend, right? Best team wins, right? And then you give them whatever trophy they want to give them to each one of them, like LIV, like, because that's the concept that LIV brought, right? Now we're gonna do individuals. So now we go to the PGA. We are with the PGA norms and not all this craziness and music in the background. No, we are legit. Give me half of the top 15. I know give me the top 15 and then top 15 of the PGA. FedEx Cup top 15, the individuals goal of the score from the LIV. Give me the top 15. Let's go out there and play a tournament individually, right? And at the end of the day, well, the following week or whatever, whenever down the line, you know that they're gonna, you know that LIV is gonna say, well, I want my players to play in the majors. So my players have to be in the majors, and then the PGA say, well, my top players then is gonna play on your side, whatever course you guys got, because this is one thing that messed up John Rahm, what I'm about to bring up right now. He never played in Hong Kong. This was like the first time he played there. He didn't know the course. The course played a little bit shorter than what he used to, right? and that course being old, the Hong Kong club is a little bit old, but he was talking about how better, like how good it's kept. So, and even DJ was like, I played here almost like 9 years ago, and it's nothing comparing now. It's outstanding, right? So that plays a factor too, because you're taking the PGA Tours guys that are used to playing in the States, right? Or maybe in England too, in Europe, right? And then you dropping him somewhere in Hong Kong where they don't play. You dropping him in whatever, Taiwan or Singapore or whatever, right? So you put it on courses that they don't normally play. So they gotta adjust to that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, let's do an individual with the PGA and the PGA course in the States, and then let's take this guys where they never been and see how they're gonna react, because it's different. You already know this is different, point blank. All right. So that's what John Ron was saying, that this weekend kind of threw him off in the Hong Kong because they never played that course. And even though he had a couple of practice rounds, he still was trying to figure it out. What you think about that, Miguel? What you got on that?
I'm going to give you my personal. I think the PGA right now, right, if they go sit down and make a deal, I don't think that LIV has enough established already yet. We're talking about a tour that's began years. I'm talking about maybe years. We're talking about 30 years plus, 40 years plus before this, right? Before we were even born, they were already playing this game. So now LIV comes in the first turn. Now, I think the first talks back and forth in commissioners and directors and all that stuff, I think it should be how you guys are. I think it's a marketing thing. I think once we market our stuff, once we market your stuff, how could we like integrate it? I don't think that because remember, when you start pinning, okay, now come into this and let's do this and but what happened to the points? How is the world ranking going to go? How the FedEx points are going to go now? So there's some deeper things that you would have to assess before you even want to even come to a deal or some type of negotiations, right? We got to see. We got to sit down and see how the point system is going to work now, because they're going to come into the PGA. I would say, okay, we'll play a PGA tournament, and then we'll send whoever wins to your tournament. And then how are we going to get the world rankings? They would have to establish so much conversations before, like how points are going to work and how everything's going to work out, that it should be talked first about that. Like, how's the points going to work, right? How do you just leave and now suddenly come back, and now what place are you in? So establishing that is kind of like a difficult talk by itself. It's going to take a while, but I think they should meet first and just go off and marketing stuff.
I would propose some of those ideas that I give, and then run with one for now. Just one tournament with that. That'll be good. I think the teams tournament is a new concept that I think the PGA will embrace, right? And it's not the same like going from 14 tournaments a year, which LIV has, right, to like the PGA that has 36. So it is kind of hard, but I will give them at least like one weekend.
So what did you negotiate there, right?
Yeah, I put just a team format, and then that would be like LIV, and then the PGA will be, well, we playing it, decide what we're gonna play it, right?
Maybe one tournament that, like the inside tournament that the NBA made. You remember that inside tournament of the NBA? Maybe something like that, like a FedEx LIV thing at the end. They both throw in a purse, and now we take our 10 best versus our other 10 best and see who wins that big purse. Like a big soccer, Super Bowl.
I would
thing.
do it.
That's the first thing
I would do it right after the FedEx.
Two different leagues. LIV is going to do good. They should keep it there.
Yeah, it's good. But once again, Miguel, none of this can be possible with our sponsors. All right. Listen, you're about to be amazed with this plates, the decoration, the finesse that Pepato Security brings. It is something else. All right. Hey, producer, can you roll that clip?
Hepatos Security. Ladies and gentlemen, they have created something unique to share with friends and family. The Security box, cup, or board includes a variety of meats, cheese, fruits, olives, nuts, crackers, and sweets. The Security is perfect for birthday parties, anniversary, girls' nights, business meetings, and much, much more. Please contact them through Facebook or Instagram or the webpage, securityltd.com. And remember, se habla español.
And remember,
remember right now, Killeen, Texas is on the spot. Okay. Pepatas Security is located in Killeen, Texas. If you're around that area, please contact them. If you're trying to do like a meeting or something like that, just trust me, that's the best thing. If you hanging out with your girls or your boys, just bring some of that. Especially if you drink wine, it's the best thing to go with. Okay. Hey, Miguel, what you got about the Pepatos Security, man? I know you've been looking at those plates like crazy.
oh, I can't wait to get my I can't wait to get my hands on one. It's one of our sponsors, but I can't wait to get my hands in one of those. Just start going ham at it. Like
Hey,
I'm excited for that type of stuff. When it comes to food, I guess I get excited.
yeah, we
That's
got
all I
got to
can
watch
do.
out with Miguel in food. Hey, so
Jesus Christ.
before we hop out of here, let everybody know. I gotta make sure that we go ahead and let y'all know what is our schedules and promote this we call sports. All right, this is the complete team, ladies and gentlemen. If you're trying to get close to us or kind of make sure that we put the schedule in there, um, see when we come out. We also got the QR code there. You can also register to our YouTube page. Also, the schedule is there when we come out each day, what is coming that day. Also, please double check our special that we coming out with that we call Sports Presents One Topic. All right. The question is already out there. All right. So just please make sure you go ahead and check our page, our Facebook page. The question is, what is the most dominant athlete of all time? So if you got a name, tell us why, and we will discuss it and break it down on Sunday. All right. So just go to that post, put who it is, and just give us a quick breakdown on why you think that that's the most dominant athlete of all time. All right. So that's the new segment, One Topic. Once again, we got the QR code. Just make sure you put your camera in there. It's going to take you straight to our YouTube page and just enroll. Make sure you got on the top the pictures. Obviously, you see we call golf in there to the top left or right. Try to figure out where's it at. So it's left. So, and then to the right, you got We Call Sports. That's on Saturday. We have GI Josh and the producer, the tech guy in the back, actually running the show right here on John D. And then on the one that says Roger Romber is our wrestling one. That's on Fridays as well with Hush and GI Josh as well. So please just double check us out on those dates. And I ain't got nothing else for you besides bringing my red cup, Miguel, and give it a quick toast. Telling everybody
I finished with the water.
You're gonna finish with the water. You're okay. You're getting smart by the minute. All right. So thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, guys. Thank you for being there. Miguel, take it off and close it out.
Listen, I just want to say thank you for everybody that tuned in, right? And whoever's going to watch this on a recording, thank you so much. We're trying our best. We're gonna Bass Par tournament's coming up. That's one town down. I would be there. I would attend a couple days of that just to get you some live coverage from the Bass Par. We'll keep on streaming. Thanks everybody. Just subscribe. Always that helps. A like never killed nobody, and we love sports.
Hey, we call golf. We out.